That's the one time I get up for the whole episode. I promise you I'm not getting up except to get my water. After that, no more getting up. But anyway, guys, what's up, y'all? Oh, y'all didn't see that. Y'all did not see that. Anyway, y'all, what's up? We back with another episode of the Nobody Safe podcast where I still don't have an intro. We're like 15 episodes in and I still have absolutely no intro. Clap it up for me, everybody. Clap it up for me. Alright, we have quite a few interesting topics, and I also just want to throw Caesar under the bus real quick and let y'all know that I gave him the podcast notes 2 weeks in advance and he didn't even fill out his part of it. I just want to let y'all know that, you know, just leave that out there. Let y'all know how good of a content creator he is. He really keeps on top of it so much that he goes 2 weeks without filling it in. Wow. Wowee. Oh wait, let me turn y'all up. Wowee. But anyway, First topic. We just gonna hop straight into it. Since you was mentioning Dr.Disrespect, it felt like you actually cared about it or something. So I'm gonna let you speak on that. Then I'm gonna speak on that. Yeah, I don't know either. It happened like 2 days ago. So apparently, famous Twitch streamer Dr.Disrespect. He's been on Twitch for a very long time. Apparently, for whatever reason, they just slapped him with a perma ban from Twitch. I don't know why they didn't release what happened. I have no idea what happened, and neither do most media outlets. It's probably gonna surface soon, and they're probably gonna say what he did pretty soon. But until then, most people are just in the dark about what he did. What's this doing for you? Because for me, it's not really doing anything. Like, yeah, I understand he got a family and stuff like that, but I don't know what he did or what is perceived that he did. I don't know nothing, so I can't really properly comment like how I would want to. So I'm gonna just let you talk.
Well, he came out. I saw a YouTube video. Someone showed his Twitter message recently. He wasn't quite sure why he was banned too. That's what he said.
So what did he say in the Twitter message?
I don't know exactly, but he was also concerned too. It's why he was banned by Twitch.
Yeah, I would be concerned if I was banned by Twitch, especially if I was making that much money off of Twitch. And this kind of goes to show, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, I hate to make an example out of somebody, but, like, to use him as an example, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, this man was just making money off of only Twitch. Like, his money was just through sponsorships and stuff, and he just let his YouTube just do whatever, let everything else just do whatever, and he just only focused on Twitch. So that goes to show, he was making millions off of Twitch. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Owlcun, what's this doing for you?
Huh?
The Dr.Disrespect being banned from Twitch thing. What is this doing for you? You happy? You sad? You don't care? Or like how you feeling about it?
It actually feels kind of ironic though, because all the Twitch thoughts are just still on.
What does that have to do with Dr.Disrespect though?
No, like he was banned for basically no reason. Like it's anonymous, and I'm pretty sure it's not even that bad.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like all these women, like over here, not even have like damn near naked on Twitch, and Twitch is just like, oh no, you're fine. But the person over here doing absolutely nothing, ban him. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. That's. Yeah, a lot of people are getting canceled and outed for like sexual assault and things of that nature right now. Which to that I say, like, y'all just catching on. Like, there was mad people saying stuff about this years and years and years ago. It's like you're kind of late. you're kind of late to it. Like, bro, welcome to the party. R.I.P. Big Woo, welcome to the party. Like, that's just how I see it. But now going from Dr.Disrespect getting banned, well, let's go over to Twitch DMCA. I'm gonna let y'all two speak about it, like from a viewer standpoint on how y'all think about it, and I'm gonna talk about it from a streamer standpoint and how I feel about it. So I'll let y'all go first.
Al, you go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al, you go first on how you feel about this Twitch cracking down on DMCA and things like that. Oh, it's working out real good, Rio. But so, oh no, you go.
I may not have like a lot of experience on Twitch. In fact, I don't have any. But it's like pretty shit. Like, fuck. I don't even know if I can even do that. I don't even know if I can even go on that website.
Okay.
Seems like nearly impossible and unfair.
All right.
The copyrights, getting banned left and right, the thoughts. It's basically like OnlyFans.
What? Now OnlyFans is kind of way different because OnlyFans literally let women post on their site butt naked. Like, put so much as take your shirt off on Twitch, see what happened.
Even for the guys too.
Word.
Like if you show your belly, or even like say something accidental, they'll automatically ban you without me.
Yeah, unless you're one of their money makers, one of their golden children, one of their money makers. It's like Tom Brady with the NFL. You like Tom Brady, I forgot what exactly it was, but long story short, Tom Brady got hit in a certain way that almost like took his career away, and it was like a really common tackle, and they literally made a rule just so that people couldn't do that type of tackle anymore. Now if you tackle people like that, it's not allowed, and they basically nicknamed it the Tom Brady rule because he was the reason why the rule got made in the first place, which I find hilarious. But you know, to each their own. To each their own. Caesar, you got any thoughts on it?
Well, the whole thing with copyright thing is just not getting out of hand. Like,
I would disagree, but go on.
okay. Well, it is getting out of hand because like, sir. I would say about YouTube how like I could be wrong, but when you try to use a clip of music or something, or trying to borrow a content that is old or is quite well known, you know, just to me, I just feel like it's going too far. It's just
So could you elaborate on the part by going too far? Maybe like, what do you think they should be doing instead of what they're doing right now? Let's start there.
Okay. I would think that the people who are trying to take the content, like just use it for their own, should give credit or something, of some sort, like mentioning in the description.
Wait, so you're saying they shouldn't give credit to the original creators?
They should.
I was about to say, steal a clip of my video, see what happened.
Yeah. But that's one of them, but that's the only thing I would say.
Well, from a streamer standpoint, oh, I hate this system. I hate it. But from the standpoint of thinking of it fairly and things like that, I look at it like, you know, it was only a matter of time, because people look at the thing that happened with PewDiePie and they called it the adpocalypse and they cried, oh no, YouTube is over, I can't get monetized on YouTube. Oh. But it was like, you know, this whole time, like, they weren't cracking down on copyright, and look what happened. Like, people were literally reposting seasons of episodes, reposting somebody else's full album, and the original creators wouldn't get any money off of it. And like, if I put my heart and soul into making this content like I am, and you steal it and make money off of it, I wouldn't be okay with that. But let's say you took an old clip of mine or something, and let's say I was doing something funny, and you use it as a clip to make a joke. Now that I don't mind, but YouTube like, see, YouTube doing human reviews is unrealistic because it's something like what, over 1 billion hours of footage uploaded every day on YouTube. So to have humans sit there every day and review billions of hours of footage will be literally impossible. It is no way that could happen. They would have to have like 1,000 people work for 24 hours just to get through 100 videos. And it's way more than 100 videos being uploaded on YouTube at any given time. So I feel like the system they're doing, if this makes sense, it's kind of right and correct what they're doing. It's just the way they're going about it. They're going about it the best way that they can because, like I said, to have humans sit there and do it, not really possible.
Yeah, that's true.
To have humans sit there and do it is not really possible because, again, like I said, billions of hours of footage, etc. So they're really doing the best they can, algorithmically speaking. It's just that it has a lot more adverse effects than they intended, and on top of that, the YouTube algorithm is just already bad. Like the YouTube algorithm.
World War algorithm.
Huh?
That's what it is. World War algorithm.
Well, not even just YouTube, but YouTube and Twitch in general. Well, Twitch not so much, more so YouTube. But their algorithm is at a point to where it's like, just... It's kind of... I don't want to say necessarily toxic, but for lack of a better word, their algorithm is kind of, in a sense, toxic. Because it kind of, like, it has this mentality where it either kills your video and pushes you to the bottom of the algorithm and burns your head on a stake if you're not like clickbaiting and doing all this other crazy stuff, or it either raises you to the top of the algorithm and every time you upload a video the algorithm just gets a hard on and it's like, oh yes, promote this video, daddy. So it's kind of weird. And like, as for Twitch's algorithm, like, in terms of the way, in my experience from like a viewer, the way they've recommended my content and things like that, like Twitch, like just before I like go into that, one thing I've always noticed is with any social media, from Twitch to Snapchat to YouTube to Instagram to Facebook, all of them, even MySpace, like, it's better if you're popular on another on another platform or in real life. So for example, of course Jimmy Kimmel will get more views than, hashtag cancel Jimmy Kimmel because he did a blackface skit that wasn't even that offensive 20 years ago. But anyway, for example, Jimmy Kimmel, this man is on NBC. If he puts something on YouTube, of course he's gonna get a lot of views. He's already on NBC. He's a household name. A lot of people know his face. But if you're a random user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, of course it's going to be way harder for you to get up there in the YouTube algorithm compared to 2005, when most major companies looked at YouTube and said, alright, I'm about to head out. What's the purpose of using this? This is just another social media.
Don't even have to try.
Yeah, that's the point, because they're already popular. But in my experience, because like I've seen Twitch recommend me people with like 5 viewers and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, like if you got a little bit of views, Twitch will recommend you. But then again, at the same time, I also watch a lot of black content creators. I didn't try to do it on purpose. It's just through recommendations and what the algorithm did. And for a long time, I only watched like 1 or 2 people on Twitch, and they were both black and really about like sharing their stuff in a black community. You know how like once you get to the tippy top of Twitch's peak summit, it's like the same 5 black guys, and they don't recommend any other black streamers. All the streamers they rate are white streamers that also have 1 billion trillion views. It's like, I not like on purpose, but I didn't watch those type of streamers. I watch more streamers that recommend people in their own community, and people who are also making good content and trying and putting forth effort and killing it. So the Twitch algorithm will automatically start recommending me people that they've rated, had in their chat, that also stream, things like that. So like, in terms of my experience with the Twitch algorithm, it's been fine actually. And in terms of my growth, like, A, I just started on Twitch, and B, like I mentioned earlier, in terms of like being on MSN NBC or something like that, like I'm just random person 1, 2, 3. Of course, if let's say Kenny Beats comes on Twitch and does his first stream, he'll get 1,000 views versus me because Kenny Beats has songs that are on the radio. I'm just random guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So in terms of like the Twitch algorithm and things like that, like things that people usually call out to and say is bad, I kind of see it and I look at it with a different lens. Like I think most people are looking at it from a consumer standpoint and from the standpoint of this guy's a millionaire, so I should be a millionaire. And I look at it as more, you know, first off, Twitch wasn't even designed to promote paying people. And number one, number two, golly, Twitch takes a whole 50. I don't think people realize how much 50% of your income is. Whenever you get a sub, dono, bit, anything like that, Twitch takes 50% of it. So let's say, for example, you send somebody you have a $5 subscription. Twitch takes 50% of that. So you may think 250 is not, 250 out of $5 is not that much. But what happens when that amount gets to $500? Now, out of working to make $500, Twitch is only giving you $250. Now, out of making $5,000, Twitch is only giving you $2,500. Like, things like that, it's like, okay, those are things that Twitch should fix and work on more so than their copyright system. Because with their copyright system, this stuff happened to YouTube, MySpace, and Twitter like 10 years ago, bro. Like 10 years ago. And then I think it was US government, I'm not sure, but the DMCA basically released a list of companies that need to crack down some more, and Twitch was on that list. And that makes a whole lot of sense, because on Twitch I could literally go live and stream somebody's whole album and then cut my stream off, and that's all I do, and get hundreds of viewers and get subs and bits and stuff like that from it. So like, in terms of, is it fair? Yeah, it's kind of fair. Like, in the first place, you shouldn't be playing other people's music on stream. Twitch was just chill about it, and they would just go, oh, yep, mute the VOD. But now at this point, Twitch and streaming platforms are realizing, like, yo, like, people are listening to our music for free, and we're not making any money off of it. You're making money off of it. And a lot of people will argue, oh, who comes to these streams for the music? Nobody. But it's not about if you come to the stream for the music or not. It's more about the fact that you can go to a stream for music. Like, I've seen times where people will stream like the Super Bowl and stuff like that, and sit there like this with a controller in their hand, so it'll look like they're doing a gameplay, so Twitch won't ban them, like in front of his green screen and all that. He sat there and watched it and made his comments and whatever, so that it would look like he was just doing a gameplay or a live reaction. And Twitch is trying to kind of nerf that in a sense. So that's what I think. I think that's cool. I don't mind it. Yeah. So any other like closing thoughts on Twitch's DMCA? No closing thoughts. So I guess we can close that topic and open up the topic about Valorant leaving open beta and coming in good, just being open and out in the wild. And I kind of like that transition, kind of didn't. So Caesar, were you playing Valorant or no? Not really. Well, ...
I have for the last 5 minutes until my computer just dead freeze.
Froze with Valorant?
Yeah, literally. It just dead freeze, and I couldn't even turn off the computer itself, so it just died.
Oh yeah, that's a problem with your computer. Because that never happened to me with Valorant. With Valorant, I never had freezes and glitches. Like, even when I was streaming a game on my laptop, because like one thing I noticed about this game, especially in the art style and things like that, like it's really, I wouldn't want to say downgraded, but it's designed so that if you have a beautiful PC, you'll get beautiful graphics. But if you have a toaster PC, it'll just barely run and be able to run cleanly. Which is sad to say, something I have to say I appreciate, because a lot of games these days aren't really optimized, and like you can use a toaster PC and the game will just barely run. Like it'll just barely sluggishly run, and I can't say I appreciate that too much. I feel like your game should be able to run cleanly and properly even if I'm using like a toaster PC. Like it should be optimized to where if I have to turn the graphics down to 480, then so be it. It's just the availability of options and things like that. And in terms of customizability, in terms of turning the graphics down, they really let you turn the graphics down really far, to the point to where on my other laptop, just to test it, like I literally went down to 360 and I was able to get like 144 FPS, and I had anti-aliasing on. So like the amount of optimization they have, like if you don't know what you're looking at, you may see like 3 options. It may look like just 3 random options, but when you really like are able to break it down and things like that, it's like, wow, they have a lot of options here, and there are a lot of good options at that here that can really be broken down, and you can really do a lot of good things with in terms of optimization. So real quick, what I'm gonna do is go down my yays and my nays, and I'm gonna let y'all comment on it. One of my yays is I like the strategic element that is served. Like I'm gonna go back and forth between yays and nays, because like with each pro I noticed like there was like a con that was the opposite side of the coin. But one of my yays with Valorant is I like the strategic element, but it lies too much on the strategic element to the point to where it promotes a lot of camping. So what are y'all thoughts on that? What are y'all thoughts on the strategic element and how much it promotes camping? A lot. Owl or see Owl, you want to go first?
The camper thing. I'm not gonna lie, at times it's like very annoying, especially the one who
Yeah, that's a fact. Cause the operator in that game is just so powerful. You just get shot once and you die, no matter where you get shot. It's just like, well, why do I have on all this armor for?
Yeah, the armor feels kind of pointless at times. I'm not gonna lie.
Where like it's times where I just buy armor because I have extra credits, and it's just like, you know, I have so many extra credits. It's just like, why not? Like, what's the harm? Losing credits, that's the harm. Another yay versus, well, Caesar, what do you think in terms of it? My bad, I skipped you. In terms of like the strategic element balanced out with the fact that this game promotes heavy camping. Like, how do you feel about that?
That's what the game is for, like camp. That's like the main strategy for that.
Yeah. So you're saying you're okay with it being a camping simulator, basically?
Well, that's my dream. Stay in one place and shoot.
All right, this guy. Speaking of staying in one place and shoot, another mechanic I don't like in Valorant is like, this is in all games. Like, there's a mechanic that's in all shooting games, kind of, but it's very noticeable in Valorant. When you get shot, you move significantly slower. I mean, to the point to where it feels like your character is walking in glue paste with metal shoes on. Like, you just start like your movement just is to the point to where you're damn near locked in place. It's like you shoot somebody once and it true combos into the next bullet. Like, this is a shooting game. I feel like when I get shot at, maybe slowing down a little bit makes sense, but if you really think about it, adrenaline would make me move faster. But you know, suspense of disbelief. This is a game where you can throw out fireball walls. So still, I just feel like I don't really appreciate how slow you move when you get shot. It just doesn't feel good. It feels clunky. It causes a lot. It causes you to die a lot more than you should. Oh, the meeting ending in 9 minutes. Alright, I'll restart that in a second. So how do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about when y'all getting shot, you move slower? Also, the damn recoil. Oh my god, the recoil in this game is awful. The thing I don't like about the recoil on most of these guns is that it's just, how do I put it? Like, besides the fact that it's RNG, it just feels wrong. Like, the RNG on, I mean, not the RNG, the recoil on half these guns, it feels like it shouldn't be as extreme as it is. It feels like super sweaty. Like, that's just how this whole game feels in general. This Valorant feels like one of those games where if you don't play like a super sweat, you have no reason to play this game. Cause like, I just feel like they require you, and with the mechanics of the game, it just requires you to either sit there and study this game for freaking ever or nah. So how y'all feeling about Valorant and its lack of controller support? Which, add controller support to Valorant, goddammit. But Caesar, Owl, how do y'all feel about Valorant? Like, what are y'all yays and nays? I can't hear you right now, Caesar.
Oh, I'll let Owl talk about this.
You said you don't like what?
The controls are kind of mad at times.
Yeah, the controls are kind of boo-boo at times. Cause like there are times where I want to remap the controls. Cause like first off, I'm not comfortable playing on PC. But for example, he plays on PC way more than me, and even he's saying like the controls just don't feel right. Like that's one of my bigger complaints. Like the controls don't feel right. Number one. Number two, I just feel like y'all should add controller support so that if somebody wants to have the option of playing on a controller, they can do that. Versus if they just want to like go try hard and play on keyboard and mouse, they can also do that. And another thing I like about this is the time to kill in this game is very nice. Like it feels like people die when they get shot. Versus Call of Duty, you can sit there and shoot them in the head with 110 RPGs and they just don't die. Like the time to kill just feels very nice in this game. Owl, how did? Huh?
Yeah, it doesn't waste time when it comes to kills.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. How do you feel about the TTK?
The kills just feel so satisfying.
That's true. Also, can we please, on the first round of buffs, can we please buff the shotguns? Please buff shotguns and buff Viper. Please, Viper, cause
they're gonna nerf a character.
Oh yeah, they're gonna nerf Cypher. I expect them to nerf Cypher and Renya. Who do you expect them to nerf and how? Owl.
I haven't really thought about that. I guess the camera or something he uses.
Who?
Oh no. I don't know.
Cypher. No, I was just saying, off the top of your head, like, what are some things in Valorant that you think are broken? Like, let's start there. Like, what abilities or things of that sort do you think are just plain broken?
Cause
oh yeah, I can give you a whole bunch. Now keep going.
Phoenix. I have a feeling that Phoenix is kind of broken.
How so? Because that blinding, no, you go.
Because like most of his like abilities heal him in the process.
But that's kind of, I would argue that's kind of the point of his character, because he's meant to be a character that just runs in and gets a bunch of kills. Like for example, Jet. That's why Jet has movement abilities, because she's meant to come in, she's meant to run in, surprise you, and just kill you out of nowhere. Versus like, let's say Phoenix, it's meant for him to run in and shoot you in your face. Like he wants you to see him coming before he comes. Like I will argue that's the point of his character. So him having a lot of healing abilities kind of makes a lot of sense.
And then there's Sage. Oh my god.
Sage. Oh, Sage don't need no nerfs. If anything, Sage should get a couple buffs, maybe on like her healing and whatnot. But like I don't really see Sage needing any nerfs.
Kind of like the perfect character for trolling. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want, you could troll with any character, really. Like for example, playing Viper, I could wait till all my teammates clump up in one spot and just throw a poison spike down and poison everybody on my team. So you can troll with any character, really.
That's true.
But I feel like one character that's gonna get nerfed hard is Renya, because I hear a lot of people complaining about Renya. So I know she's gonna get nerfed stupid hard.
She has when she blinds people.
Yeah, and I feel like going back to Phoenix, that little thing where he snaps and sends the blinding light around the corner, I feel like that lasts too long. Also, another hero that I know, another 2 heroes that I know are gonna get nerfed. Raze is gonna get nerfed because I hear mad people complain about her. And Breach, oh yeah, he's gonna get super nerfed. Nah, maybe not super nerfed, but he's gonna catch a nerf or 2. If he escapes nerf land, I'm gonna be surprised. I'm gonna be surprised.
Breach skills though, they're kind of like very useful.
Yeah, they are. But he's gonna get nerfed. He's probably gonna get nerfed. Maybe not as hard as I'm thinking he's gonna get nerfed, but he's probably gonna get nerfed. But also one last thing, playing with randoms. See, this is one of my yays that I have a compatible nay with. Playing with randoms is awful, but also, if this makes sense, I like how toxic this game is. Like, I like the Valorant community because it's just full of sweaty gamers. So if I'm bored, I could just go into matches and just throw the match and have fun hearing 12-year-olds scream at me, "Ree! You're gonna make my ELO drop! Ree!" I don't know. That's just fun for me. I don't know. And have you had any like toxic experiences with Valorant?
Oh damn, I had a lot. You would just see people saying, "Bro, you suck. Why don't you get some kills?" But I'd be getting like how many? Like 3 kills.
Where you'll be getting like 15 kills, bro. You suck. It's like, but I got. Where it's like I have like 2 less kills than you. What do you mean?
But or it'll. The ironic thing about it, like over time, is that like it's like a 1v4.
Yeah, it'll be like a 1v4 and they'll be shouting at you, "Do this, do this, do this, do that," and then as soon as you die, everybody's like, "Bro, why didn't you go and do the blooga blooga blah blah blah?" It's like, well, maybe if I didn't have 15 people shouting in my ear at once, that might help. Just just a little bit, just a tiny bit, not that much. It's not that significant how much it might help. And that's another thing. Like, a lot of people playing in Valorant, they clump up and stuff like that. And speaking on the toxicity thing, like, it's been a lot of times where I've hopped in matches and people will just start getting mad and yelling at me like, "Oh, you have no kills. Why are you at the bottom of the leaderboard?" Well, maybe because I'm playing Viper and she's not really designed to get kills. She's more designed to create choke points. But you know, don't learn how characters are supposed to be played. Just learn how your character is to be played. That's all. That's the only thing you should worry about. But speaking of games with things to worry about, Animal Crossing. This game, I'm gonna give a personal little review. Like, Caesar, did you play Animal Crossing?
No, I haven't yet. No.
Al, how about you?
I played the one on the phone.
I have no experience with that. So I'm gonna just give my quick thoughts on Animal Crossing. Do a quick little rundown, my review of it. My yays for Animal Crossing is it has some nice chill vibes. It has some really cool music and things like that. Even though I play it with the music off, I appreciate how much the music changes. Like, as a fan of music in general, I appreciate how much the music changes and how good it is. And the character design is very vibrant, it's very colorful, it's very fun, and I enjoy it a lot. But the thing about Animal Crossing is this game is boring, and when you try to play it for extended periods of time, like, it literally put me to sleep on stream. If I feel like showing the clip here, I'll show it, but it literally put me to sleep on stream. Like, if I had to really, oh shoot, alright, but back to what I was saying about Animal Crossing. I was saying that to come up with some nays, I kind of had to nitpick a little bit and like try and find some nays, because I really couldn't find too many. Because overall, I like this game. Now, would I recommend it? I feel like recommending this game, you'll either know if you like it or not. But if somebody asked me about it, it's more likely I would say yeah than no to recommend them Animal Crossing, because it is a fun little game. It's like a fun little thing to do, especially in quarantine. This game really did release at the right time. But yeah, the only real complaint I had that wasn't a nitpick is I just had to get that off my chest. I really don't like the camera system in Animal Crossing. But now that we're done with Animal Crossing, we're gonna cross over to a new topic and talk about what is going to be in the thumbnail. The PS5 versus the Series X. So first, we're gonna talk about the console with the crosses in the name and talk about this Xbox Series X. How y'all feeling about it so far? What are y'all thoughts on the Xbox Series X so far?
It is great.
Okay, so what positives do you see? Oh, what are your positives for this console so far? We're gonna talk about our positives and our negatives. So I'll let you go first, Caesar. Then I'll go. Then I'll go. So what are your positives for this console so far?
Actually, no. I'll let. Oh, do you know about this or no?
Well, there's going to be a Halo, so I guess that's the positive.
Halo's a positive. All right, stop being funny.
Halo's basically the only thing Xbox got at this point.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest negatives. Like, the only unique experience they offer is the home menu in HD, because we already know what Halo's gonna be like. We can use Microsoft Edge in HD on computers. That was the joke I was originally gonna make, but like when I thought about it, I was like, bro, I can even go on Microsoft Edge in 4K on my computer. Like, what is the purpose of buying it? But like, as for more of my positives, it's looking like it has better specs and it'll be able to actually do HD. Like when they say it'll go HD, it'll actually be HD. So that was one of my positives. Anybody else got any other positives?
It's a box.
Okay, it's a box. What else?
Box. Oh, man, no. I was gonna give you that for
Owl, you got any more positives before we move on to the negatives?
I don't think I got any more positives. You know.
All right. Sadly, for the negatives, it is way longer. So, like I said, my first one was the only unique experience they offer is the Xbox home menu, which whoop-de-doo is real fun. Like, all of their announced games so far are mostly multi-platform games, because Xbox isn't really a console known for exclusives. Because like one thing PlayStation have over Xbox is if any anime gets a game, for example, let's say, I don't know, Kill la Kill gets a game, it's going straight to PlayStation automatically. Besides PC, it'll always go to PlayStation. Any anime game. For example, let's say the Black Clover game. I don't think that game was on Xbox, but it damn sure was on PlayStation. Attack on Titan. It was on PlayStation. So any anime that gets a game is automatically every single time gonna go to PlayStation. So that's one thing I noticed, and I was like, PlayStation at least has that. Even if you don't like any PlayStation exclusives, if you like anime games, you at least have that going for you. Xbox, all they have is their 100% original exclusives like Halo, Forza anybody, Crackdown, another original IP that's gonna last a year if it's lucky, 6 months realistically, Sunset Overdrive. Is there anybody playing that in 2020?
Well, this is some positive, I would say. At least they're gonna bring back. They're gonna bring a lot of comeback.
Oh, backwards
compatibility.
Oh yeah, that's something I forgot about. Like the backwards compatibility. So how you feeling about that? As an Xbox fangirl, how you feeling about that?
Well, that's kind of great. I'm looking at it right now because they say they're gonna bring like the original, like Xbox, like original Xbox games, 360 and recent Xbox One, which is quite interesting. Just how, if it's gonna be every single
Xbox. But my thing about that is, well, I'll let you go first.
But the question is how efficient will they be? That's the question.
Yeah, that's one thing I was gonna say.
And the Xbox, some of the Xbox 360s, how efficient are they gonna be?
Well, backwards compatibility is nice.
Yeah.
Well, my thing about there being backwards compatibility, my thing is, how well will these games run, and will I have to like download it separately, or will it just be able to run off the CD itself? Like, for example, you know how when, like, let's say the 360, when you bought the game, you just slipped it into the 360 and you got to playing? Well, except for like later console games like Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, which, goddamn, Grand Theft Auto has been out for Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for 8 years. Like, all the previous Grand Theft Auto games together have been out for 7 years. Grand Theft Auto 5 alone has been out for 8 years. Golly. But anyway, like, how smooth will the backwards compatibility be? Like, will it be a built-in emulator, or will it run off the Xbox Series X natively? That's my question. And also, like, in terms of graphics, like, will they remaster all of these games and it be like just you loading up the remastered version and proving like, hey, I brought this game, I just want to have access to the remastered version? Or will it be, like I said, just a built-in emulator? So that's another question I had. And in terms of graphics, will it be upscaling or no? That's another thing I want to know.
Well, I haven't got really depth, but that's a good question. But just an example, because I have the Xbox One. They have Xbox original, or no, not Xbox original. Xbox 360 games, and you can either get, if you have the game that's 360 and just trying to download it, install it in the Xbox One, you can do that, or if it's available, if you can understand. That's what I mean, like, compatibility wise. Yeah, compatibility wise, I want to know if it's just gonna be like these certain few games, or if it's just gonna be, do you have the CD? Okay, stick it in and play the game. That's it. Yeah. Well, that's one of them. Or it could be. I don't know. I think it has to be available. It has to be on the Xbox store, and then if you want to if you have the game itself physically, and just install it. You can do that, or just buy the built-in digital. And just, buy it digitally.
Yeah, another thing I want to say is like a positive kind of, is the xCloud, because so far xCloud is looking kind of good. But another thing I want to say about it is, what am I gonna play on xCloud? Like, because the Xbox Series X, every console generation, the Xbox has more features than PlayStation, but they either end up dropping the features, or the features just straight up don't work. Like, you remember how I think it was called Clips? No, Snap. Remember when you could snap certain apps on the sidebar? Like, for example, you could snap YouTube on the side, and let's say you were in the middle of playing a game, you could control the music with your phone and stuff like that. Or let's say, remember when they had live TV support, and you could watch live TV, like you playing the game on the main TV, but have live TV on the side? Like, what happened to that? They got rid of snapping apps and stuff like that so quickly. So my fear is that they're gonna say, hey, look, we got xCloud. Look, xCloud, come over here, xCloud. And then they're gonna be like, oh, you're over here? Oh yeah, xCloud, yeah. And they're just gonna throw it to the side and like, it's there if you want it, whatever. They're not gonna try and improve it and fix it or anything. It's just gonna be something to pull you over to the console. Another thing I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit was accessory wise. The PlayStation 5 is looking kind of superior. The Xbox Series X, they're probably gonna come out with a VR headset very soon. But I kind of have it where, if they made one, it wouldn't surprise me. If they didn't make one, it wouldn't surprise me either. Because it's like, Microsoft, like, anybody who uses a PC and plays PC games, undoubtedly 9 times out of 10 they use, not even 9, 19 times out of 10 they use Windows 10, because gaming on Mac is just the worst. But 19 times out of 10 they're gaming on a Windows PC. So it's like, why go buy a VR headset for my Xbox Series X that I can only use with my Xbox Series X, and once that console dies, I can never use it again? Versus if I buy this Oculus Rift or what's the other one? It's Oculus.
I think the not the PSV, not the PSVR. No.
Yeah, no, but you get what I'm saying. Like, like an Oculus Rift. An Oculus Rift that I bought whenever it came out, let's say, just for reference, 2015. If I brought an Oculus Rift in 2015, I'm still going to be able to use it in 2025. With the Xbox Series X headset, after a certain amount of time, it's going to kind of become irrelevant because it's going to be like, this only works with one thing. This only works in this one scenario with this one software. Like, it's not very useful. It's just one dimensional. You can only use it to do that and that only. It's going to be, after a certain amount of time, it's going to sit in your closet and collect dust. And it's like, I brought this thing for like $400 and I can't sell it back for that price. So it's like, do I really want to buy that or not? So, yeah. So, any other final closing thoughts about the Xbox Series X?
No, not that I have in mind.
Alright. Oh, what about you, Owl?
Hopefully they don't fuck up. Other than that, I don't have anything to say.
Speaking of things that hopefully don't get fucked up, let's talk about PlayStation 5. Mostly here, what I'm going off of is the information for the PlayStation 5 announcement. And since the PlayStation, you know, actually has games, what I did was I compiled the list of all the games that Caesar was supposed to go down and like check off his like yeses, his no's, and different things of that sort of games that he like, didn't like, quick thoughts about them, things like that. So my positives on the PlayStation 5 is like the startup animation and the setup that they're presenting. I like that. I like their idea of a cheaper digital edition, even though the Xbox did it first. Whatever. Let's see if PlayStation does it better. And the final thing I liked is their games lineup. It seemed like this generation around, they weren't more so focusing on, oh wow, our games have the most HD graphics of everywhere in the world. Oh, they're more focused on like the quality of their games and how fun their games are and gameplay, versus how in the last generation I felt it was more geared towards, we have the best looking games out of everybody else besides PC, because you know we ain't touching PC. But they were more focused on like how the experience was packaged and how it looked when you took it out the box, more than how well it functioned. So what are y'all positives for the PlayStation 5, like just in general, like games lineup, anything like that? What are your thoughts? I'll let you go first, Owl.
Well, their exclusives are pretty great. Some of them are.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta give props to. Sony has exclusives worth playing. Anything else?
The console looks like a
damn Keurig. Like a Keurig. It looks like a damn Wi-Fi router. What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, mad people was saying that.
Yeah, it's like a modem. You just put 2 papers on it and bam, you got the PS5.
God damn. He said you put 2 papers on it and you got it. You got yourself a PS5. Thing looked like a damn air conditioning unit or something. Looked like a toy book. Like, God, it looked like a Lego piece. Like, Jesus Christ. But Caesar, you have any positives for the PlayStation 5 and what is looking like is going to come out to be so far?
I hope they continue on with that. I don't know. I hope some of the exclusives, I'm not quite sure. Maybe some of the games like Hitman 3 and the other, they're quite good. I don't know most of them, so I don't even care.
I mean, with any games lineup, to be fair, there's gonna be games you don't care about. So I'm trying to like kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt, trying to focus on the positives more.
I hope it still had the same
The same OS?
OS, yeah.
Oh no, they're definitely changing the OS. I can guarantee you that right now. You're saying you hope they keep a similar one in terms of how like clear and concise and easy to understand it was?
Yes. No.
Alright, so you're saying design-wise you like the PS4 menu, so you want them to just keep it that easy to understand? Whereas the PS3... Oh my god.
What?
But keep going.
No, talk about the fabulous PS3.
The PS3 OS was so just confusing. Half the damn time I couldn't understand what I was doing. I was just like, where are my games? I don't know. It was their first time doing it, so I'll give them the pass on that. But they surely learned their lesson to go forth going forwards from the PS4 and onwards, and I could like kind of tell that. And like the startup animation, I really liked it a lot. Like I wouldn't say it wowed me, but it made me go, okay. They changed the animation and they did something on par with what they did previously before. It may not be better, but it's at least on par with what they did before, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. So any other final positives about the PS5 before I start going down the games list? I mean, before I start going into the negatives?
Hope they have backward compatibility.
They mentioned PS4 backwards compatibility, but with that one, I just want to know: are you gonna emulate the PS4, or is it just gonna be the same games library and they just cross intertwine it? So basically saying like if you're on a PS4, you can still continue to buy those games, but if you're on a PS5, you can buy PS4 and PS5 games. Or let's say something that'd be really cool is you could buy PS5 games on your PS4. Let's say right now I want to buy PS5 games, but I don't have a PS5, but I want the game so that when I do get it, I'll be able to play those games and whatnot. I could buy games from the PlayStation 4 PS5 store. I could buy them and have them in my library, but I can't play them on the PS4 for obvious reasons. And then when I upgrade to a PS5, all I have to do is just go and download those games. I feel like that would be a very fire idea. I'm just saying. And also, remember when I was mentioning, like when a PS5 came out and I mentioned that it would be cool if they had one edition that was like $100 less than the other, and maybe like backward, and maybe like in one edition you have backwards compatibility and stuff like that? That's exactly what they did, Caesar. Think about it. The PS5, because think about it, you're not going to be able to put PS4 disc in your PS if you get the digital edition. They charged you about $100 more for backwards compatibility. I told you, people will pay for it. The people who want it are going to pay for it. And a lot of people are going to like sell their PS4 probably to get a PS5, so that's going to be extra helpful if it's just a PS4 emulator on there. That'll be very helpful. So now on to my negatives. These niggas at Sony said that the PS5 is only going to have 820 gigabytes of data. Let me repeat that. 820 gigabytes of data. And that's not how much is taken up by the OS and things like that. That's without the OS and anything of that fashion. 820 gigabytes. Do you realize how small that's gonna be in 2 years? In 2 years? Think of it like
800 gigabytes.
820 gigabytes. Alright, let me put it into perspective.
Well, I forgot. That's a billion bytes, I think? Let me try.
Yeah, something like that.
No, petabyte is much bigger. Petabyte.
Yeah, but with the PlayStation, with this console, they should be giving you at least 2 terabytes of storage. Cause Caesar, do you know how many gigabytes Call of Duty Modern Warfare is?
How many?
150 gigabytes. That game is about 150 gigabytes. So imagine if Call of Duty right now, a 2019 game is 150 gigabytes. Imagine games in 2025 or even in 2023. 150 gigabytes. These games are getting up there in size. They're gonna start being like 180 gigabytes and stuff like that. 200 gigabytes is gonna start being the norm. If I only have 800 gigabytes, I'm gonna have to delete games a lot. Like right now, a lower end game is like maybe 5-6 gigabytes, and a high end game like Call of Duty, like under Call of Duty status, is probably like 60 gigabytes, 100 gigabytes, 150, damn near 200 gigabytes. 850 gigabytes is not really gonna last that long at all, So like my biggest complaint is like the storage and like the technology they're using in there, SSD and things like that. I like it, but it's not on par with the Xbox Series X. But if the console runs smoothly and it works as intended, I don't care, bro. I don't. It's a console. I don't expect it to blow my mind with 10 trillion frames per second. Another negative. What is the price? What's the prices? Prices. Going up. Prices. How much does a console cost right now? That's my
$1 million.
That's this guy here. My biggest concern besides like game lineup and things of that sort. That's my biggest
price of the console, price of the game.
Consoles. Games is gonna be $60. What's the price of the console? That's what I need to know, because games, I'm gonna buy those eventually, and $60 price drops, things like that. Get in there for free with PlayStation Plus. I'm not worried about that. The price of the console that the games are on is what I'm worried about. Because to be honest with you, if it's like $800, something like that, I'm gonna wait till like year 2 or something like that of the PlayStation 5. Because getting it year 1, day 1, if it's those type of prices, ain't really worth it. That's a big not it, chief. So yeah. Any negatives, Owlcun? Any negatives out of what you saw from the PlayStation 5 and what you're expecting it to be?
Not a modem. No, okay. No, that's it.
The mic, though.
Oh yeah, the controller microphone. Oh god, that's gonna make everybody's life so much harder. Because like another thing I don't think people realize is that when you hold your controller, like since when I got the full camera, let me show it. You hold your controller like down here when you play. Imagine how loud the sound of you press. Like, look, you can hear me press. You can hear me pressing the buttons right now, and my microphone is all the way over here. Like, I gotta lift my arm up to point to how far my mic is. With your mic right inside of your controller, this is all you gonna hear. The whole time, that's all you gonna hear. The whole game. It's really hard to hear somebody talk when all you hear is clickety clackety. So that's a big oof. I don't think they should have did that. I think they should have just did what they did and include the one ear headphone. Just keep doing that, because I don't want to hear when I'm trying to communicate to my teammates and somebody want to play Overwatch with no microphone. Like, come on now. Like, I just don't like the idea of having a mic on the controller either. But anything that stands out that's in particular bad about the mic to you, Owl?
Just gonna be very loud.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're probably gonna turn the volume all the way up on that microphone too.
Yeah. Even if I had to use the microphone, I'd have to be in like a very quiet place to ever use it, and
yeah.
I do not want to do that.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, you're probably gonna be going clickety clackety on your controller. Also, another thing, now that you mentioned it, what if I'm like playing the game, let's say, I don't know, in a party, like it's a party going on outside, and I'm playing Overwatch. All you gonna hear in the background is poof, 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 while you trying to, I don't know, flank a Reinhardt and deal with a broken Brigitte or something like that. Like, come on, man, that's not really fun. That's not fun. That's just not fun. But to speak about something that is or isn't, depending on your opinion, fun, let's go down the list of games. Alright, so I'm gonna go through the games in alphabetical order, and if y'all have any thoughts, Well, I want y'all to say if y'all like the game or don't like the game and why or why not. So we're first gonna start off with Astro's Playroom. Any feelings? Any thoughts?
Repeat that again.
Astro, I said I'm gonna go down the list of games and I want y'all to let me know if any of the games, like if you have any specific feelings on it or things like that. Well, actually, first let's look at the talk about the PlayStation 5 event and like see how the cars passing by right now. You can hear that. Imagine if you had to hear that on top of this. I'm just saying. But the PS5 event in general, like, what would y'all say? Did y'all like the PS5 event? Did y'all dislike it? Why or why not? You go first, Owl.
I mean, it was alright, though. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't necessarily dog shit, so.
Alright, so you're saying they did a decent job. It could have been better, but they did the best they could.
Yeah. I mean, it is quarantine and all, so.
Yeah, true. So you cutting them some slack?
Are there people there?
Really not. No, they did it digitally, remember?
I couldn't really tell.
No, they weren't doing it in like an office or something. They were doing it digitally. So like out of my likes, like there's in terms of the games that they showed, there's a lot of diversity. Like not just racial diversity, like in terms of like different types of games. Like they had something for the little kiddos. They had something for that one little cousin that comes over to your house. They had something for hardcore gamers. They had something for people who just wanted lighthearted fun, all ages humor. They had a little bit of something for everybody. So I like a lot of the diversity in the lineup, because a lot of people were saying that they don't care about most of the games, but the couple games that they did care about, it would be like, oh my god, yes, I needed that. So there would be one or two games that they felt like were just the bangers of the lineup, and then everything else was at least okay. So that's one thing I really enjoyed and liked about their lineup. So the main thing I didn't like is all the talking. Nobody cares. Jeez, they were just people talking and talking and talking. It's like, bro, I don't care what you're talking about. Just show me the games. Shut up. Show me the games. Let the games do the talking, please. Jeez. But anybody else got any other gripes or likes about this?
Like for the you talking about the conference?
Mm-hmm.
The event? Oh, okay.
Any other gripes or likes?
I like it.
You liked it? Alright, what did you like about it?
Some of the game here was quite interesting, I would say. What was that? What was that game the trailer about you play as a character, you die many times?
Oh yeah, Deathloop, the best game in the lineup. Yeah, I like that. That game. As soon as I get my PS5, I'm getting that game along with it. I'm not buying my PS5 without that game, because I'm gonna be playing that game heavy. That's a game I'm gonna anticipate a lot. But in terms of games, now to go down the list of games, Astro's Playroom, is that doing anything for anybody? No, nothing, nobody. Huh?
I don't think I have anything to say about that.
All right. Bug Snacks. That was the game where like it had the walrus or whale or whatever he was, and he was eating the bugs that were shaped like burgers or whatever, and he would change into it. Anybody got any thoughts on this game?
Yeah.
That game was meh.
Yeah, to me it looks like I was saying earlier, one of those games for that one cousin that comes over to your house. That's what that game looks like. It looks like a game meant for a younger audience, and it's like, oh well, a younger audience and those type of, hey guys, it's me here back for another Bug Snacks video. It looks like it's meant for those YouTubers. So it's more of a why not type of thing. It's just not for me. Now, Deathloop. I'm gonna let y'all talk about what y'all think about Deathloop, and then I'm gonna go and say what I think about Deathloop.
Is that the game we were mentioning about?
Yeah, that's the game I was mentioning earlier, where you die and come back.
Yeah. What was that game?
Dishonored.
No, there's games similar like that. You die many times, you just come back. There's one I think I remember, the Strain. Oh, you play as this guy from outer space, and you have to kill these black goo. You don't know.
Hey, wait, hold up. You can't talk about killing black things right now. You know what's going on right now? Do you know what's going on right now? You talking about killing something that's black? Shh! I'm not trying to get banned, bro. Chill. You trying to get me banned? Talking about you go into their space and kill the blacks? Like, wow. I didn't know my friend was like that. I'm gonna have to cut you, bro. Nah, hold up. I'm deleting your number out my phone right now. You over here talking about going into their space and killing blacks, huh?
Yeah,
huh?
you're killing black goo. You're killing black goo.
Wow, and then you're calling them goo on top of that? Wow. I befriended a racist. He's talking about killing black goo. Oh my god. He said I'm gonna kill blacks like you. Wow. Bro, throw the fist up. Wow.
Oh, I remember. It was Prey. I remember Prey.
Oh, Prey? Yeah, I can understand why you see Prey vibes.
There was one. I think it was a DLC. Like you I don't remember if I remember the trailer. Like you start with You start with the mission, and then you have to fight through, and then you die many times. You just keep going through and through. I think so. That's one of them. And there's another game that's similar like that. But I don't know.
Are you talking about Dishonored?
No, yeah, maybe Dishonored. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people like immediately compared it to Dishonored because it's in the same gaming universe. So could be, could not be. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know. I haven't. Whatever. Next game, Demon Souls remake. Is that doing anything for you, Owl? Yeah, that's. I guess it's all right. Moving on to the next game. Destruction All Stars. That was the dude bro looking game where they had monster trucks flying around and stuff like that. What's that game doing for y'all?
Monster trucks? No, not my favorite.
Yeah, it was the game where. Yeah, it'll probably replace Rocket League. I'm not gonna lie, because it looks like, for me, it looks like they're trying to aim towards a more male audience, where the game looks very, very how do I put it? The game looks very dude bro-ish, and I think it'll be fire if I see some gameplay of it, because I kind of like the idea of them running around with trucks, chasing them around, and your goal is to like hit them while they gotta like blow up your truck or whatever it was. Like, that could be interesting. It could not be interesting, but it's something I'd have to see the gameplay on to give further comments on whether I like it or whether I should just slander it. But Destruction All Stars, how y'all feeling about that?
It did look quite interesting, but I don't know. It was just like with everything involved in like cars, or like real games involving cars, and like, I don't know. It's not, or like car solely oriented about cars, like driving, but it's like destroying other.
Yeah, destroying other cars and whatnot.
Yeah, yep. And I don't know, it's just not my favorite. To me.
Alright, so Ghostwire Tokyo. This one, for my notes, all I put down was, I mean, it looks cool. That's it. It just looks like a cool game to play. It looks like one of those games where like you're either really good at it or you're not. So what's Ghostwire Tokyo doing for y'all?
I didn't see the gameplay. Why didn't they show that?
Yeah, they did show gameplay for Ghostwire Tokyo. That was the game where he was like walking through the city and he had the electricity and telekinesis powers and stuff like that.
I did not see this. I saw the cinema trailer.
Oh, alright. That's probably why you saw the cinema trailer. But the gameplay, it looks alright. I just have to see it like with somebody somebody I know with the actual controller in their hand and whatnot. Godfall. I put a check mark next to this because Godfall looks like like one of those free games that turn out to be really, really fun. That's what Godfall looks like. Godfall looks like it's pretty fun, but it's not an experience you would pay top dollar for. It's something that you would just play if like you got it for free or something. Like if you paid for that game, you'd be like, ugh. So what's Godfall doing for either one of y'all?
Oh, Godfall? Oh. What does it look like? I need to see. Google?
It's the game where it had like the guy in the golden armor running around slashing people. It had the trap music in it that I was like, this music sounds like pandering.mp4 just uploaded.
I could be wrong. I think you played the game Warframe?
Warframe?
I think it looks like it. I could be wrong. I never played it.
Alright. Now, my favorite game off this list, Goodbye Volcano High. Ow, what's your thoughts on Goodbye Goodbye Volcano High?
Owl?
Ow.
I guess it's good.
That's the one. Remember the game that came up and I was like, yeah, you was like, yeah, Rule 34 is gonna have fun with this game.
Oh, the furry game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That game is gonna have probably a giant ass community. That's very toxic. Kinda like Undertale.
Yeah, it's probably gonna have a giant toxic community. One thing I can say that I would give it a chance is if it's player choice. If it's like a game, even if it's a soft emotional story, if it's player choice, I'm still more willing to play it just because I get to choose what the characters say. So like if it's a boring game, I can always just go through the story and go like, you know what, I'm gonna just be super toxic today on this game. So like there's always that. So if it's player choice, I'd at least give it a chance eventually. It may not be a day one cop, but I'd eventually give it a chance. So Gran Turismo 7. Gran Turismo 7.
Grammar's no 7?
No, Gran Turismo 7.
Oh, Gran Turismo.
Yeah. For my notes, I put down Gran Turismo because I don't want to play it. That's the racing game that comes out every PlayStation cycle.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, who cares? The people that care about that game don't need an announcement trailer. You just need to drop the game. Hitman 3. I put a check next to that game. It's looking pretty clean. I liked it. Hopefully it's not episodic this time. Hopefully you just buy the whole game, but whatever. What are y'all thoughts on it? Thoughts on Hitman 3?
Oh, Hitman 3? Good. It's because it's a good game. Absolutely great.
You ain't even play it yet.
Not just...
This man Caesar got an early copy of the game a year early.
I don't have their... Wait, really? Is it early copy?
No, I'm joking, bruh.
Oh, no.
So
No,
for...
He had Hitman 2 or... But, you know, just by my experience in playing through the missions and the story, it's a really good game. It's like quite realistic, I would say. Maybe not, I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know how realistic it is of the Hitman thing.
Alright. Owl, any thoughts on it?
Hello?
Ow. Yeah, I think he dropped his phone or something. Alright, so for Horizon Forbidden West, how you feeling about that game?
Is that the sequel, the prequel?
Caesar, you can keep going. You was talking about Horizon Forbidden West.
Hello, man? Oh.
No, I was saying you just keep going.
Oh, well, I'm not quite so familiar with the story or who the character is or anything else. It still looks interesting, like the world that is, but I'm just not familiar. But I would say it's good.
Alright.
Have you played it before or no?
No, I haven't played it before. The original one, no.
that's the same company I think that made Killzone's Shadowfall. That's what I remember.
Ah, okay. Killzone Shadowfall was an okay game. It was an okay game.
Have you played like the other Killzone series or no?
No, I've played a bit of it, but I haven't really played too much of it. So
I did have like the game, one of the game, like the second one. What I would do is most of the mission, like the entire mission, I would try to just use my knife and just kill the enemies.
This guy.
Like just use my knife and just kill them all. kill like the hell gas enemies. Like.
All right, wait. Yeah, I don't think. No. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. I think he's doing something else, or he's busy or something. All right, so we'll just continue on. All right, so I'm gonna try and go speed past these next few topics so I can wrap it up because I don't want this to be too long. Okay, so Jet, Bridge of the Spirits. It looks fun. It looks like one of those hardware test games though, but I'd give it a chance. How you feel about Kenya?
Let's see. Jet? You should talk about. Oh.
No, I skipped that one. I said Kenya. How do you feel about it?
Oh, okay. I remember it. It looks like a nice game. It's look like a rated E game for kids.
True, it looks fun. Little Devil. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You're saying something.
No, I was saying Little Devil Inside. That game. How's that game looking for you?
Little Devil. I'm trying to like look. I don't remember.
That's the one with the Schmeat sign.
Say that again?
That's the one that had the sign in it that says Schmeat.
I'm still trying to remember what that looks like.
Never mind. On my end, I like the Hello Neighbor-esque art style. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. How you feeling about that one?
That'd be good. I played the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I feel like that one's gonna be good.
DLC or like a
yeah,
a sequel?
I'm still confused about that. They could have been more clear about that as to if it's a DLC or sequel. Only thing I put down for my notes on this game is hashtag BLM. So moving on. NBA 2K21. No. Oddworld Soulstorm. Ringing any bells? Got any thoughts?
Google, tell me.
So that's a no. Pragmata. It looked like Backlight Retribution 2. But any thoughts on it?
I don't really understand. Like, I don't really understand what the game, like, what's about, what's happening.
Yeah, It's mostly a platformer. Oh, you talking about Pragmata or Oddworld?
Yeah.
Pragmata? Yeah, that's one thing I would have to say too. Like, what is this game? What type of game is this? Is this a shooting game? Is this a goat simulator type of game? Like, what is this game about? I have no idea. I just seen a nigga walk up into space with a holographic child. What does that tell me about the game? Well, the gameplay, I should say, rather. Project Athia. How you feeling about that one?
Nah, I don't know about that. I'll just skip on that.
Yeah, that one, it looks like it's worth a try. If I get it for free on PlayStation Plus or if somebody donated to me. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Don't have too much to say here. Looks nice, looks clean. The mechanics look fun. Whatever. I'm not the biggest Ratchet and Clank fan, so to me it's just whatever. Ringing any bells? You have any thoughts, feelings about it?
It could be good. I can tell they're gonna have the female version of the main character.
What?
What?
Keep going.
No, because it's about like they're going through different dimensions and all that, and then I don't know. I think the robot Clank, you know, it's kind of lost his friend and all that. And like you saw the end of the trailer, remember?
Yeah, like where the blue cat jumped out the sky. We got they got DLC with Gumball's mom in it. That's crazy.
Mm.
Gumball's mom is in Ratchet and Clank. That's wild. Yeah. No. I'm just joking. Resident Evil 8 Village. How you feeling about that?
I don't. It's gonna be similar. It's gonna be similar like quite similar like Resident Evil 7. You know, first person. But I never played. Actually, I did play Resident Evil 6, which was horrible.
My thing about it is the frames were dropping in the cinematic trailer. How do you drop frames in a cinematic trailer? That's kind of scary to me. Not gonna lie, that's kind of scary to me.
Wait, why?
Because if you dropping frames when you making the trailer, what's gonna happen when I'm playing the game? I'm playing the game and the character's gonna move like this. So I don't know about that one. Returnal. No, I don't want you. Yeah. The game where it was the Karen in space. Karen's in space. No, I don't want the man. Like my notes for this game are no, I don't want the manager. But for real, it gives me some Prey Alien Isolation types of vibes. How you feel about that game?
Returnal. Don't return.
I walked into that.
But I don't know. It seems like it seems. I'll just say it's interesting. It just looks interesting.
All right. Next game, Sackboy. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. How you feeling about that game?
Sackboy?
Yeah. The PlayStation mascots, quote unquote.
Little Muppets. Some sort.
Yeah, them.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure. I'm not familiar with the game or characters.
Yeah, it didn't look like nothing special. And Solar Ash. It was made by Heart Machine and basically the people behind Hyper Light Drifter. So it looks like it's gonna be it looks like it'll be at least kind of fun. So whatever. And Stray. Why would I play pussy when I could just eat it? Come on now. I don't play with my food. Anyway, yeah, that game didn't look too interesting. Anyway, to wrap this up, in terms of music recommendations, this week I don't have any, but let me open up my notes and look for some webtoons to recommend real quick this month.
You don't have it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I have any recommendations for music?
I
didn't hear you say again.
Well,
I said I didn't hear you say again.
I thought. Can you just use the old intro music?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Lars and Nico La La La. Boom. Those are your webtoon recommendations. Anyway, as for outro, I don't know. I don't know what an outro is. I don't know. I didn't get enough sleep. I'm tired. I don't know. My brain hurts. I don't know. Let's just say peace out to everybody. Caesar, cue the outro.
R.I.P. everyone.
Hey, you finally did it on time this time, properly. Finally, for once in a lifetime, you properly outroed the outro.
Thank you. I'm gonna Google that. Google that.
All right, this guy. And he's gonna search Google with the Google Chrome bar. With the Google Chrome search bar. Okay, bye.